Never ever talk to a stranger. Never ever talk to a stranger. When Aunt Matilda comes to stay, Milo feels shy and a little afraid of this tall lady with her whiskey chin and loud booming voice. He hides behind Mama and refers to talk sing. But Mama, you told me never ever talk to strangers. Aunt Matilda is not a stranger. Papa tries to explain. She's my aunt and I know her very well. But I don't, answers Milo, tossing his head. She's a stranger to me and you said, Mama says, also my teacher says, never talk to anyone you do not know. Aunt Matilda looks even fiercer and her whiskey chin wobbles. I'm not a stranger, young man. Your parents know me extremely well. I have known your father all his life. In fact, I have met you before too, when you were only 1 year old. Aunt Matilda smiles and suddenly she looks less fierce. Her eyes twinkle as she opens her great big handbag. Look, she says, here's a photo of me holding you and your toy elephant Grumps. When I was last there. Oh, yes, says Milo, staring in amazement. So I do know you after all. Here is a present for you, says great Aunt Matilda, handing Milo a parcel and patting him on the head. I am pleased that you listen what your mama, papa and teacher say. You are quite right to be careful about who you talk to, young men. But sometimes it can be hard to tell just who is really is a stranger. What Milo does not say that her so tall with such a booming voice. And for a bristling chin is also part of the problem. He knows that this would be rude. Instead, he shakes her hand politely and goes off to play with his new toy, a bright red racing car. Milo tells Grumps, she remembers you too. She even has your photograph. Then Milo adds, but it's still very important not to talk to strangers or go to off with anyone without asking Mama or Papa first. The problem is knowing exactly who is a stranger and who is not. Milo remembers the day he lost Mama in the supermarket. It was only a few minutes, felt terrifying until he spotted her by the vegetable counter. Mama gave him the biggest hug ever seen. Oh, I was so worried. I didn't know who to ask for help, Milo said. All the people in this shop are strangers. I know, says Mama. You need to find someone in charge when an emergency happens, a policeman or a policewoman, or teacher, or perhaps a grown-up that you know is one of my friends. Milo gives great Aunt Matilda a picture he has painted of her. That is very good, she laughs. swinging Milo high up into the air. I might be a bit of stranger lady, she says, but I'm not a real stranger, am I? She finds Milo and Molly, surprised in her big handbag, some jelly beans. You must promise me, of course, she says, that you will never take sweets from a real stranger. Then she teaches Milo his full name, address and telephone number, so you can always tell a policeman where you live. She writes these important details on a little card. Name, address, phone. Always keep this in your pocket or bag, Papa says. But I'm not planning to get lost ever, Milo replies. Home is the nicest place to be. If you like my video, please like, share, subscribe my channel. See you again. Bye-bye.